Hello, good evening, and good morning. Welcome to another MIMIR log. Quick one. If you hear any banging or sawing or drilling in the background, there is building work going on in the background outside, and there's not much I can do about that. I will try and remove it if it is too big, if it's too loud, or if it does get picked up with the mic. But hopefully, I've done my best to try and curve the thing. Anyway. Welcome to another MIMIR log. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a great day and evening and all that stuff. So let's get on to some of the stuff that I have recently played. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Tony Hawk, the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake. Yeah, I've been playing that. Weirdly enough, I really like Tony Hawk games. I played the remake of 1 and 2. Really enjoyed it. Thought it was really good fun. Got a lot of hours out of the multiplayer, and I played a lot of that. Jumping back into it was really weird because I hadn't played a Tony Hawk's game in like ages since the remake, so jumping back into it was a lot harder than I thought, and they've changed like slight bits about the control, so some of my timings were off, so I couldn't really do muscle memory. But overall, I really enjoyed the remake. The remake was such a fresh of fresh air. Yeah, thanks, Brain. Fresh of fresh air on games at the moment, and it was nice just to have a full package where you can unlock everything in the game. The only thing you couldn't unlock was the bloody Doomslayer stuff, which I don't really care. I don't really like Doomslayer. Did get a lot of use out of Bam Margera, and also trying to create and the Ninja Turtle. I'm also, I'm also going through it at the moment with my own custom character. Which I'm still annoyed. The customization in the game isn't great. I just wish it had that little bit extra. And no skirts, for God's sake. I don't know why. It was just one of those things I was like, I kind of want to wear a skirt with my character. I think it'd be kind of fun if you got some physics, and that's probably why they don't do it, but hey ho. But it works as character customization. You're more likely going to get more use out of it if you are going to mainly play those. I know a lot of people like to play the things. The one thing I have noticed, I don't know if it's going to unlock later or whatever, but there wasn't so in Tony Hawk's in the last remake, there was an option to have a character-specific campaign. So you play your character, and all the upgrades and all the tasks and stuff are specific to that character. So they had like that, and I think it's called like solo campaign. That and your regular campaign where you could use any character and it would all tally up. I wanted that. I wanted to play through it unlock everything with a character, give me an excuse to keep replaying the game. At the moment, I'm still kind of really low and kind of struggling with it. I've noticed my problem with the Pro Skater, Pro Skater 4 levels aren't designed for the 2-minute goals. I've noticed that I could just barely do 2 of some of the goals, especially the ones where you're trying to find all the items. I might end up, because they've actually added an option to extend your time limit with the game, so with your thing, so you can have an hour-long session, which I'll probably end up doing because I want to try and finish some of these things and get some of the I think this is one of those games I do want to try and 100%. It's really fun, very arcadey, a lot of great things in it. I'm jumping and spinning around like a lunatic, but yeah, I am really fully enjoying my time with Pro Skater. If you've not played it, go pick it up. It's really good. I think it's not that expensive. I think it's 60 to 50 quid. I got it for mine for 50 quid, but yeah. And also go pick up the old one. The old one's actually still dirt cheap and actually really good. I know that they're made from a new person, but I think it works. I do want these guys to make a new Pro Skater, a brand new one. I think they can do it. Hell, I think some of them want to do a remake of Underground, but I never grew up with Underground, or actually most of the Tony Hawk's games. I never actually grew up with any of them. But the Underground, hell yeah, let's have a remake of the Underground games, and have those sort of weird games, and maybe even Proving Ground. I heard Proving Ground's really good. We'll have to see. This is going to be a really short video today because I don't really have much to talk about. But let's go on to the next game. I'm going to have a quick drink. don't know why I'm rushing through this. I've got like hours, not hours, but I've got quite a lot of footage I can use. The next game I've been playing is Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. I'm a massive Monster Hunter fan. A lot of people know I have put many hours into Monster Hunter Rise, World, and what's the new one? It's called Wild, that's it, Monster Hunter Wild. Okay, I had to think about that for a second. I've put many hours into those games, and I kind of was just like, I've never actually touched the Stories games. I decided to go with the second one, more just because it has more in it. I know that the stories aren't connected, so I was like, oh, alright, they're not connected. If I enjoy the second one, I can go back. The one thing that people have told me to do is stay away from the Switch port of the game. Apparently the Switch port is god-awful, so I picked it up for PlayStation, and I'm enjoying myself for it. I'm slowly going through it. RPGs for me, I don't play many RPGs. Like the RPGs I have finished are either action RPGs or Pokemon. And I'm very rare, and I just need to make a quick note. I just realised what else I need to talk about when I get a chance to. Anyway, it's kind of a combination of like Pokemon and like a traditional RPG, because you've got your character and you have the sort of different attacks, and also your weapons are sort of different and all that stuff. And then you have your monsties. I think they're called monsties. They're not called monsters. They're called monsties, which also have like their own elements, as well as what kind of speciality of attack they do. So so when you're in the battle, you have like 3 different ways you can attack: power, technique, and speed. And you have to pick one of them, and it's sort of like a rock paper scissors way of it. And if a monster is attacking you and you're attacking it at the same time, you sort of do rock paper scissors. And also, depending on where you're cutting them, you could also do more damage. Like some of your weapons are actually going to some monsters are immune to certain weapons. Like one of the I cannot remember his name, was immune to bladed weapons. You had to use a hammer. Look, like you carry 3 weapons around, which is a cool idea. My only other gripe is the armor is like, it's all in one bit. You can't mix and match pieces. It's all in one bit. So you buy the bone armor, or you buy the Anjanath armor, or you buy this armor, which I'm not too bothered by it. I think, I can enjoy it. I think the armors look really cool and really cute. The combat itself is like actually really challenging. I'm playing it on like normal difficulty, and I'm actually getting my ass handed to me quite a bit. If you're not prepared, and I think that's another thing, if you're not prepared, like your monsters aren't at like a good level, or you've not upgraded your weapons, or you've not upgraded your gear, you can really get your ass handed to you by some of these bosses. Like the first boss you come along, because I'm really early. I think I'm only about like 15 to 16 hours in. The first boss you come across is Anjanath, like a flaming Anjanath. He will kick your ass if you're not careful. Like I'm happy that there's a mechanic where you actually get 3 hearts, which is like the free. Instead of like in Monster Hunter, if you pass out or die, you get sent to the camp, and you only get like 3 chances to do that. They've got that sort of system, but in this one, you sort of die, and then you come back alive, and you will sort of get back into the game. You stay in the fight, and you get your health back up, and you also get your kinshin. You have like this stone, I can't remember its name, but basically it's like your connection with your monster, and after you've battled or you've healed after a certain amount of things, you can pull off like this awesome super move, and it's all different. I love that it's not just like a generic move. Like each monster has its own unique move, which is really cool. My only gripe is the gacha element. There's a gacha element in the game, even though I'm a gacha player and I do love myself some gacha, having it in a paid game is really weird, and it's not even like outrageously bad. Like so when you take out a monster, there's a chance for them to retreat, and when they retreat, you can follow them and basically go and gather their eggs. and you're taking the eggs, and then you have like a sort of 10 pull that you can do, where you just get a bunch of eggs for hatch a bunch of eggs, and you get like your monsters. It's kind of cute. I quite enjoyed it. At the moment, because I've only got like a certain amount of slots, I can't do a lot. And apparently, I've just got to the point where now you can like fuse the monsters together. So so each monster has like unique skills and unique things that they can unlock. You can actually now, in this one, you fuse them, so you get like a skill. So it's kind of like a Digimon sort of, when you digivolve, or you gain skills from the past things that you've used, which is really cool. I actually really like it. At the moment, I don't 100% know how to work it and how to like break it, but I am slowly getting my way through it. I think you could get through this game without integrating with that system. You can basically just, hey, this monster's really strong, I'll take it, because each monster has like unique stats and stuff. And then you can level them up and stuff. I don't know what the max level is. Probably it's max 100 or something. But at the moment, the monsters, I'm not a fan of the monsters that we got at the moment, because they're really basic monsters. Again, super early into the game. I cannot wait to unlock and I can't wait to unlock like Rathalos and Nagakuta, because I've recently just found out that they're in the game and you can have them, which is gonna be really cool. Oh, and when you're in the open world, I'm jumping around. When you're in the open world, you actually each monster has like a unique ability that they can use. So the Velociraptor thing, who I've nicknamed Velocity, has the ability to like make long jumps. This sort of ball warthog kind of looking one is can like ram through like stone and stuff, and there's ones that can climb, there's ones that can glide, there's probably ones that can search, and yeah, so they've all got like unique abilities and stuff. The story itself is actually quickly just going on to the story now. The story itself is actually really cute. I think it's a really nice little it's nice to play something that's like kind of Shonen Jump Saturday morning cartoon style. Yeah, one of the characters is like super annoying. It's this like cat guy, feline cat guy, and his voice is degrading. But I can look over it because like all the other characters are really nicely well designed, really good, really well voice acted, and just really enjoyable to actually be around. And I'm enjoying myself. They're in depth, those characters. My only like gripe with the story is they keep bringing up the granddad of the main character, because he was like the granddad of the main character, which is it's to show that, you know, these people can trust you because you're as trustworthy as their granddad and all that stuff. I like the customer. The game looks great. The characters are great. The combat is really fun, and if you can pick it up for like 20 quid, I think it'd be worth it. Like, I genuinely think it's a really good little game that you should pick up and play, and have fun with that. Okay, I'm just gonna make a quick note of the time. So we're gonna talk. Okay, I'm gonna be talking about Cyberpunk, specifically on the Switch 2. I have recently picked up the Switch 2, which I got for 450 quid or something like that. Don't know off the top of my head. First of all, I do not agree with Nintendo's pricing thing. I'm going to just put this out now. I do not agree with Nintendo's pricing. They increasing the price of the original Switch to basically force consumers to basically go, it's an extra £100 or an extra 50 quid, let's just get the Switch 2. It's basically trying to move people away from the original Switch and onto the new system. It's really scummy, and also the pricing of games at the moment, Nintendo games, I should really enforce that. Nintendo games is ridiculous. 70 to 80 quid for games that are really bare bones, especially Mario Kart World and 5-year-old games, is unacceptable. And the game key situation is stupid. I'm going to say this also now. I have Cyberpunk 2077 and Bravely Default, both on my Switch. They're both Switch 2 exclusives, and one of them is a game key, and one of them is on the cartridge. Do you want to know which one? The fucking Cyberpunk is the one on the card, and Bravely Default is the game key. There is no reason why that should be a thing. Cyberpunk is a massive game, and I'm going to get onto it in a minute. It's a massive game, and it can fit on a game key. Bullshit, Bravely Default couldn't fit on there because Bravely Default was a Nintendo 3DS game, and that could fit on one of those. I think it's they just want people to play digital so that the second-hand market can be crashing. Because apparently there's some like really shitty stuff with second-hand at the moment. If your game is second-hand, there is a possibility your game could fucking crash. We're gonna stop the rant because let's actually talk about the system itself and all that stuff. So in the background you're probably seeing some Cyberpunk that was captured on the PS5. I haven't got a way of capturing stuff on the Switch 2, so a lot of this is going to be anecdotal, and I'm just going to tell you. So Switch 2. Let's talk about the Switch 2 first, and then we'll talk about the games. So the Switch 2 is actually a really good system. I really enjoyed the system. I think it was really, it's sturdy. It's right next to me. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at it now. It's sturdy. It looks nice. It's chunky. My only gripe is it's just a little bit too heavy. I know why it's a little bit too heavy. It's more of they want you to play it as more as a console than a handheld, but I do feel a bit strained, but 9 times out of 10 I'm playing it on in bed, so it's not the end of the world. The controllers, I'm going to be getting a case for these controllers because I find if I'm playing like a Cyberpunk, my thumbs aren't just in the right place. I've recently noticed, I don't know if it's the game or the system, but one of my triggers has started to not be registered. Sometimes if I'm pressing it and it doesn't register it, I'm thinking it's the game because it's mostly on Cyberpunk that happens. Sorry, yeah. Oh, and when you play older games on it, sometimes it's enhanced. I recently tried to play Bayonetta 3 on it, which on the original Switch had a really bad slowdown problem. It's not really improved that much. I'm hoping we get a Bayonetta sort of enhancement edition where you get all 3 games. I would pay for that. I really love Bayonetta, but yeah. At the moment, the games on the Switch are very limited. There isn't a lot to choose from, and I wasn't really interested in Donkey Kong. So please stop asking me to buy it, or have you played it? Have you played Donkey Kong? No, because Donkey Kong doesn't interest me. It's boring. I don't like collectibles. I don't play them that often, and I love this whole thing of it was the best game ever. Mario Odyssey was the best game on the Switch. No, it fucking wasn't. It was really boring. I played it, I got bored of it. It was so boring, and I don't understand how people can play that. I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for that. I don't care. Anyway, let's move on to the games that I've actually managed to play on the system. So the first one, Switch 2 games, precise. So the first one is Bravely Default. I originally had Bravely Default on the Nintendo 3DS. Wasn't really a big fan of it back then because I was never really into the turn-based RPG. And recently I've been kind of wanting to play more turn-based RPGs and more single-player stuff. Recently I've been kind of getting bored of my multiplayer fixes at the moment, and I've been wanting to play more single-player stuff, and this seemed like a really good idea. Playing it, it's alright, it runs really nice, it looks really... There are a few graphical things I've kind of looked away from it, mostly the art, it being stretched, with it being a HD sort of textured. It seems like a lot of the backgrounds haven't been HDified as much as the models, but I can look over it. The voice acting and stuff sort of perfect. It was perfect back in the old game, and I know there's apparently been some controversy with the changing of the costumes. I never got far enough to notice them, so hopefully I can actually get my my teeth into this game. I'm excited to play it. One of the cheaper games on Switch, so Switch 2, so it was £25-ish. Might be worth picking up. Next is the game that you can see in the background, Cyberpunk. Yeah, I had to buy it. I fucking love Cyberpunk. I think it's one of the best games ever. And the funny thing is, it runs fucking phenomenal on the Switch. There is a graphical downgrade, all that stuff, but it runs really well. It's running the full game. And I did a thing where I booted up my save file on the Switch 2 from the PS5, and it just works. And I'm like, how is this working? And I'm really far into the game, I'm really at the end, so there's a lot going on, and it still fucking runs. the scary part is when you're like doing the face-to-face talking and stuff, and the character like models look perfect. They look like there's something from the PlayStation. Great little. If you've not played Cyberpunk, definitely go play it. It's fucking phenomenal. And I think if this is the only way you can play the game, it's worth it. I think I'm going to be playing it a lot more, because that's what happened when I played Skyrim back in the day. Is I played it more on Switch than I did on PlayStation and on Xbox. I think it's just because it's a handheld game, so it's like a little bit more, more accessible, and I'm less likely to, thing. And also, I'm not going to mod the fuck out of it like I did with Skyrim every time I play it. I've never played unmodded Skyrim unless it was on the Switch. Take another swig because my throat's getting really dry. Last game we are going to talk about is, I've been really on like a cyberpunk binge with RoboCop. Yeah, I've started replaying RoboCop, the game. A lot of people would be surprised at that, because I fucking hated RoboCop originally. The game, yeah, I originally hated RoboCop. The original game, I thought it was god awful. I will admit, when the game came out, I was still in my mindset of the company that made it could only make bad games. Like, I wasn't, because they made the Rambo game, which was god awful. Never play it. And then they made the Terminator Resistance game, which I think is god awful, but apparently people did enjoy it, and I played it and I thought it was kind of shit. Graphics were alright, but just the overall game was a bit meh. And then RoboCop Rogue City come out, and I remember seeing like the gameplay of it, the first like gameplays of it, and I'm like, oh, this looks really good. This looks really cool. You've got the original voice actor, the original actor to play RoboCop. You got all this thing. I'm not really a big RoboCop fan. I was actually I never actually grew up with the movies. I actually grew up with, weirdly enough, the cartoon, and I knew him from that, as well as the remake movie. It's only recently I've actually got into RoboCop and that sort of thing. But I was quite interested in it, and it looked really interesting. And then I found out that the people who made it was the people who made Rambo and Terminator, and I went, oh no, this is not going to be good. This is going to be a really quick crash grab. And I was watching interviews, and people, and I look back at it on the interviews, like people were really excited to be working with the voice actors and working with the people, and really excited about the property that they got to do. And I was like, I don't think this is going to be good. This is going to come out and it's dog shit, and people are going to like it. And then it came out, and the reviews were like, it's really good, and you should play it if you're a fan of RoboCop. This is like the third film we never got. Lest we talk about RoboCop 3, it's the best. And I didn't believe them, because it was made by these people who didn't make good games. And then I believe I did pick it up. I picked it up for, I think it was like 25 quid at like Argos at one point, and I went, 25 quid, you know what, I'll give it a go. And I originally played it through, and I absolutely hated it. I really didn't like it. I was miserable through the whole time I was playing it. I went from mission to mission, and I was just like, this is so boring, this is really crap. And I think it was the fact that I was in that mindset of it not being good. And I don't know what made me go back to it today, over this past month. And I think something's clicked, because I'm actually enjoying myself. To be fair, last time I played it, I rushed through the game, didn't really take into consideration like the upgrades or anything like that, so I was getting my ass handed to me, and I wasn't really paying attention to the storylines. Now I'm playing for it, and I'm going, okay, yeah, this is actually kind of enjoyable. I'm actually doing some of the side quests and doing some of the side activities, walking around, giving people tickets, doing some of the activities, and I'm actually kind of enjoying myself with it. I think it's good. It's well made. The characters are really fun to play. I'm actually taking my time with it. I'm actually investing in the story a bit more. The gameplay, as you can see, is like gory and over the top, and actually really fun. The shooting is really good. You have and I think I think being in this moment, I'm playing more single player games. I'm starting to get more invested in more single player stuff. I'm going to be replaying God of War Ragnarok very, very soon, because it's my birthday coming up, and that's what I'm going to do for a birthday thing. Is I sit down and I replay one of my favorite games of all time. And a little future thing is I'm going to be doing I want to do a video essay on that game, and there's a scene in that game that I really want to talk about and actually, do a full script and do a proper video for that. So maybe keep an eye out for that. And I want to go back into more single player stuff. I'm actually currently playing Pokemon Emerald at the moment, because a good friend of mine has recently just modded my 3DS for me, which I'm very happy about. I'm very pleased with that. Anyway, let's go back to RoboCop. If you've not played RoboCop, definitely pick it up. I think it's the DLC's literally just come out, which is apparently a massive take on The Raid, and Dread, which are two of my favourite movies of all time. If you've not watched them, go fucking watch them. They're really good. They're two of my favourite films of all time, and so yeah, definitely go pick it up. If you're a fan of RoboCop or that 80s style, 80s, 90s? Cyberpunk, I should say cyberpunk styling, definitely go play it. Definitely if you played Cyberpunk, definitely go play it. You'll probably get some enjoyment out, and because it's a budget game, it's not going to cost you that much. Anyway, I want to thank very much for everybody who is watching these videos and watching to the end, and it's these videos are some of my favorite things to do lately. They really are helping me get through some stuff, but yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching and having the time to listen to my stupid voice. Anyway, I'm going to say I repeat myself a lot trying to extend these videos out. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and ta-ra.
Seeing all red, 2 bullets in the gun, 1 shot to the head, I need a blank